EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Powering his way forward. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. You talk about this Falcon defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. One in running the ball, one in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Martinez. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now
this is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40.
I really don't think you can call the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Penix. Over the middle, caught by London. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. This defense for the Steelers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And the Falcons, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
A play fake. Now Penix. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Neal. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
We always hear from coaches how much they like to run crossing routes because they want to hit their receivers on the go, get them the ball, and keep them moving. How about when you hit a tight end that way? Okay, the receivers are going to run past you most of the time.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Ortiz. Now he's going to step up. And caught it up. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now motion left with Mooney. They'll go play action here with Penix. Down the left sideline. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And looking to throw, Penix. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because Cover was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Ready, right?
They'll try the left side. Hargrove. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. You talk about this Falcon defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball.
And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. They'll throw with Penix. This pass is caught by London. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. Falcons, first down.
19, Charger, 19.
To the air, Penix. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Here's Penix. And this will be caught by Mooney. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack to stop him short of the first.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On the bootleg, it's Penix.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call? Is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On first down, Hargrove.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The Steelers at 9-2 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Ortiz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10.
18, Rattler, 8. Get it.
Looking to throw, Ortiz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
Let's go now. 19.
Looking to throw, Penix. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D-line that almost had it. But 3rd down coming up.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Operating from the gun, Penix. Got a man. It's London. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
2nd and a couple.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, I mean, it hadn't been a picture-perfect first half for this defense to this point, but that's a big play to get them right back in the ballgame.
And I think that changes their mind frame. Now they're saying to themselves, hey, we're still in this. And even though our offense hasn't done anything, we've had our troubles on our own right, we still made a play right there that could change the course of this game. Great job delivering.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Falcons.
Here we go, Shaq.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And look at this. He's going to keep it. There's Robinson showing the flash. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Penix working out of the gun here.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Yeah, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Okay, ready? Tag! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Let's go!
They'll try the left side. Hargrove. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. Escapes the defender. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. But despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Falcons come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This going to be returned from the 2. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a free-possession game.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80. Ready,
They'll run on first down. Hargrove. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
ready.
Second and 15. And he can't escape, and down he goes. James Pierce able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now he'll tuck this and run. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting away in the throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now a give, right side. Hargrove. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Back to throw. Ortiz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but going to say it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Ready? 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
Ortiz throwing on 4th down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And this is going to be recovered by a member of the offense, but whistles come in. Remember, on 4th down, that becomes a dead ball if anyone other than the fumbler himself recovers. So it'll come back to the spot of the fumble, and that will mean that's going to wind up being a turnover on downs.
Pass, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Let's go.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. T.J. Watt picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's out wide here for Robinson.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Gonzalez's kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And he returns this to the 22.
Boston on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Now, throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick, go!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion. And that's one of those calls where you play it safe, but you're hoping that maybe something might spring for you, because instead of forcing ball downfield on 3rd and long, maybe you can hit them with something underneath, break a tackle or 2, pick up a block, and see what happens. Not here, though. Good job reading the screen, and it sets up 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, it's Penix.
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. And this offense on 3rd down today, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down and then some. Give them 29 yards.
A gain of 29 yards. And the Falcon 1st down.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Steelers 7. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Okay, break.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Let's go now.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Operating from the gun, Ortiz. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Operating from the gun, Ortiz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Panthers get Cougar 19.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they wait for the 2, they don't get it.
Steelers 13. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Now Penix. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They'll try and throw for him. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
Steelers 21. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game, the interception that led to a touchdown. You have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
His throw incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
On third down, Penix from the gun. That is caught. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Falcons first down. A gain of 26 yards. First down, Atlanta.
A play fake. Now Penix. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now, a quick throw there is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll go for it. Here's Penix. He's got his target. That's complete. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Throwing again, Penix.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Alex Highsmith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Their partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today. What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
They are going for it. Penix.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Here we go. Start.
Throwing to start the drive. Ortiz. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Martinez. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
And that's a nice throw right there, and I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator. They showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so.
Zach Harrison
in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here.
Operating from the gun, Ortiz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
60 Bison.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching